What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Now, the 2022 Royal Rumble has come and gone, but fans are still talking about the riveting return of various wrestlers and legends. Join us now as we look at every return and surprise entrant in the 2022 Royal Rumble. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. First, let's look at the Women's Royal Rumble match, as tonight's Women's Rumble featured an incredible number of returning superstars and surprise entrants. 14 former WWE superstars competed in the match, including 2 wrestlers who have been competing in other promotions. As with all surprise appearances and returns, some wrestlers fared better than others, but it's fair to say every one of them got their moment in the sun. Let's start off with number 1, as Melina made her return. And Melina Perez entered the Rumble at number 2, but didn't last long against Sasha Banks. Still, it was fun to see the multiple-time Divas and Women's Champion make her old-school WWE entrance, complete with paparazzi and splits. And Melina was another outsider who walked through wrestling's once forbidden door, as Melina has recently competed in NWA Power and Impact Wrestling. Number 2, Kelly Kelly. A former Divas and 24/7 champion, Kelly Kelly remains a popular figure in the WWE, and she's always seemed ready to make an appearance, whether it's a Royal Rumble match or a Raw reunion. Like many returning veterans, Kelly Kelly got a pop from the fans and showed she still has some sweet looking moves, hitting a hurricanrana and a handspring elbow. But while Kelly didn't last long in the match, she put in a short but sweet session. Number 3, MCCOOL. While MCCOOL is best known to today's fans as The Undertaker's wife, her WWE career included 2 reigns as both Women's Champion and Divas Champion. But now that McCool's daughter has expressed her interest in becoming a wrestler, it looks like McCool wanted to give her daughter a chance to see her compete in person, and compete she did, looking strong against a number of opponents and eliminating Dana Brooke. Number 4, Cameron. The former Funkadactyl entered the Rumble, but she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, as Sonya Deville entered the Rumble, targeting Cameron due to Deville's feud with Cameron's former Funkadactyl partner Naomi. Cameron didn't get too much in, but it was fun to see her after a 6-year absence from the WWE. Number 5, Ivory. Ivory returned to the Rumble in a classic right to censor persona, looking like a school mom and berating the Rumble's female competitors. Ivory admonished her fellow competitors, telling them they belonged at home. Rhea Ripley didn't take kindly to Ivory's outdated advice, quickly eliminating her. Ivory may be 60 years old, but the WWE booked her perfectly, conjuring up her much-hated character from the Attitude Era and giving her a quick comeuppance. Number 6, Brie Bella. Fans never tire of seeing twin magic, unless it's their reality show Total Bellas, but NIKKI's 2019 announcement that she was unlikely returning due to a brain cyst made a Bellas reunion very unlikely. However, the Bella Army got a late Christmas present when NIKKI and Brie announced their return. Brie wisely teamed with sister NIKKI for the most part of the match, until she decided it was time to look out for number 1 and blindsided NIKKI out of the ring. This proved to be an error on her former foe Ronda Rousey, as she wasted no time eliminating her from the match. And now that the Bellas are back, fans must be wondering whether this is their swan song for the Bellas or a start of a comeback. Number 7, Mickie James. Now, the WWE Universe and wrestling fans in general were shocked when the WWE announced that Impact Wrestling Knockout Champion Mickie James was entering the Rumble, leading to wild speculation that anyone could walk through wrestling's forbidden door. James's return made sense though, as the multi-time WWE Women's Champion's exit wasn't handled well, and bringing her in was a nice way of making up for WWE delivering her property in a garbage bag. Mickie entered the Rumble with her Knockouts Championship and was acknowledged as a competitor from Impact. James disposed of MCCOOL before Lita took her out of the match. Number 8, Alicia Fox. Fox wasted no time in the Rumble, going after Mickie James and Natalya. The first and only African-American Divas champion made the mistake of mixing business with friendship, thinking our former Team Bella comrades wouldn't capitalize when she was precariously positioned on the mat apron. Number 9, Summer Rae. A WWE legend and former Lingerie Football League player, Summer Rae is back, and while it seems she's wrestling in order to promote her executive role in a cryptocurrency company, as she claims she's being paid particularly in cryptocurrency for her role, she at least made sure she was in shape for the match. Sadly for Summer, her Rumble appearance sank faster than Bitcoin has in the last 3 months, and she was quickly eliminated by Natalya. Number 10, Nikki Bella. NIKKI quickly teamed with Brie, teasing a reunion with Alicia Fox before disposing of her former Team Bella partner. NIKKI lasted longer than some fans might have expected, thanks to some help from Brie. Ultimately, the adage of the Rumble being every man and women for themselves was shown again when Brie turned on NIKKI, eliminating her from the match. Number 11, Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan returned to the Rumble, reuniting with her former Riot Squad partner Liv Morgan. Logan didn't last too long though, as the Bellas eliminated her and Morgan displaying L signs on their foreheads afterwards. A disappointing appearance for Logan fans, but nothing new for anyone familiar with the WWE's booking of her. Number 12, Mighty Molly. Another WWE Hall of Famer returned as Mighty Molly Holly appeared, only to be ambushed by Nikki Ash. Nikki threw Molly into the ring and eliminated her, spoiling Molly's return and sending a message that there's only room for one Cape competitor in the WWE. Number 13, Lita. The WWE Hall of Famer Lita last competed in 2018, but fans cheered when the WWE announced the 46-year-old veteran would compete in the Rumble. The WWE legend locked horns with Mickie James, eliminating the Knockouts champion before she turns her attention to SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte. Lita put on an incredible performance with the fans chanting, "You've still got it." And number 14, Ronda Rousey. Now, although Rousey's return wasn't exactly a huge surprise, if you've been watching our videos, it was still a major moment in tonight's show, and the WWE made sure that the Rumble participants sold it as the shock of the century, looking befuddled as Rousey walked down to the ring. Rousey went to town looking to re-establish herself as the baddest woman on the planet. At the same time, she had a target on her back as various wrestlers tried to eliminate her. Rousey got to tangle with several potential future opponents, including Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Rousey got a respite when her friend Shayna Baszler showed up as number 30, giving Rowdy Ronda all the time she needed to clean house and win the performance. While Rousey didn't show any ring rust, her elimination of Charlotte was a little sloppy. That was the Women's Royal Rumble. What about the men's? In the case of the Men's Royal Rumble, it was a case of quality over quantity in terms of returns and surprises. While the Men's Rumble didn't have as many surprise returns as the Women's event, it still featured some sweet surprise returns, adding to the Rumble's excitement. Number 1, Drew McIntyre. The Scottish Warrior made a surprise return after being laid out by Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss at day 1. McIntyre's return was a true surprise, as rumour had it that the two-time WWE Champion might have been out for an extended period due to his neck problems which could have even required surgery. McIntyre looked as good as ever, immediately going after Corbin and Moss and making them pay for the injury they inflicted on him. It was good to see Drew back and see him waste no time getting some payback on Corbin and Moss. McIntyre looked strong, but his spot on the WWE food chain was made clear when he came up short against Brock Lesnar. Well, then again, Drew eliminated Lesnar at the 2020 Royal Rumble, so perhaps there's no shame in his game. Number 2, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's outstanding performance at WrestleMania 37 and his good attitude backstage gave him an open invitation to return to WWE. Bad Bunny put in a stellar performance, even eliminating Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler. Number 3, Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon always gets a pop when he returns to WWE, nor does he phone it in when he's in the ring. Now, although Shane O'Mac didn't win, nor should he have, he added some excitement to the match, renewing his feud with Kevin Owens and taking plenty of bumps before being thrown out. It's always fun to see a Shane return. The only problem is when the WWE has him wear out his welcome. And number 4, Brock Lesnar. Wait a minute, didn't Brock Lesnar just wrestle tonight? Well, that didn't stop the Beast from jumping in the fray, entering at number 30 and crushing all remaining competition to earn a championship match at WrestleMania. The WWE put Lesnar into monster mode, having him effortlessly dispatch his opponents and sending a message to Roman Reigns that he's coming for him and his Universal Championship at Mania. The only question is whether Lesnar will wait for WrestleMania or challenge Reigns at Elimination Chamber this February. Well, there you have it, folks. I'll look at every Royal Rumble surprise return. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.